Okay, so I'm going to lean into you as a returning student for a minute. So it was your first kind of we're back kind of thing.
Yeah.
What do you see as a returning student? Were there ways that the LC supported you differently than some of your other classes did, or ways that it made it harder in comparison to other classes that were standalone and that kind of thing?
I think for me, it was all hard. I mean, it was all hard. I hadn't been in a math class in almost 30 years. And I just remember one of my favorite memories is the very first day, Casey's writing stuff on the board. And she's like, this is all review for you guys. And I'm like, no, it is not. It's definitely not review. And she was I went home and cried. And I'm like, this is, my husband's like, talk to your parents. I'm like, I
think you sent me a message that happened, or let me know that happened.
Yeah, I was like, I made a mistake. This is not where I need to be. Yeah. I was struggling, and met with Casey, and she was like, okay, what exactly are you struggling on? I was like, this, and she's like, oh, great, everybody's struggling on that. I was like, oh, thank God. It's not just me.
Yeah.
But I did feel very supported by the both of you. And I don't know if it was just, I am older. There was such a steep learning curve, and I think that you guys were sensitive to that. So you guys were extremely patient with me, which I appreciated. But I didn't, like I said, I was coming in and going from 0 to 60. So I don't know if my experience was LC specific or just as a returning student specific. But
Gotcha.
I did feel supported. And it was actually kind of nice to just be in one class and have the both of you to be able to ask questions. Because I would ask you math questions, and I would ask her questions about English. So I felt like I had a little bit more support. On top of that, I got to know peers in the class. So I wasn't having to meet a whole lot of people to get help with things. For me, the technology was a learning curve as well. And so I was able to be like, okay, so now you're my friend in 2 classes and not just one class.
Right.
Help grandma out with this, that's what I did a lot of. Like,
help grandma out. Never mind. We won't go there, but okay.
But I had people in that class who had to show me how to work slides. I had another person who I bought a calculator, and I was like, I bought this calculator, will you show me how to use it? And so she sat there and showed me how to use Rebecca had to teach me how to use my calculator, like stuff like that. So it was nice to have people who were in 2 classes and not just one. It felt more like comfortable and more family atmosphere.